Greetings, Sagittarians. This is Blue-Eyed Emperor with Trinity Tarot, bringing you your July 21st through July 31st tarot card reading. And just to mention a few things, please subscribe, like, share, notify, and comment. After we reach 1,000 new subscribers, since my channel has only been open a few days, we'll be drawing a name. It doesn't matter the sign. It'll be very random. I'll basically be going, you're the one. So please be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and comment, please. Every bit helps, and I appreciate you being on this channel. Again, 4K video camera, newly boxed, not my personal version here, but again, it'll be directly shipped to you. Again, thank you for joining this channel. Let's get into it. So I've already pre-shuffled, I meditated. I also want to share one other thing here too. I wanted you to show you this blanket. This is actually a prayer blanket that was made to me from the Church of St. Timothy in Escondido. And this is a prayer blanket, and the wonderful ladies there, for each prayer they provided me, they put a knot in the blanket. The blanket's covered with knots, so I feel the love. And thank you, ladies, from St. Timothy's in Escondido, California, where my mom actually goes to church. So we're grateful for that. Anyways, I will be pulling a few angel cards here before we get started into the tarot. So let me get into this. Dear Spirit Guide, Marco, I ask you please to allow the cards that come out that Sagittarian needs to see to give them guidance, love, and insight for the remainder of July. I'm going to give this a couple more shuffles, even though I shuffled prior to this. I just removed the crystal. I always like to give a few more shuffles just to make sure that this reading is truly a guided reading from the universe and nothing that I had. I did actually use a little bit of holy water, some rose water to spray on my cards to kind of ward off any, there could be evil. Well, anyways, having said that, I'm going to give a couple rings here to ring in the good energy and ring out the bad. Dear Spirit Guide Marco, please guide this reading in the highest form for Sagittarius. Okay, cards are telling me they're ready. Spirit Guides, please show us what we need to have for Sagittarius. Ooh. First card out. Perfect timing. Now is the perfect moment for you to act on your inspirations. The doors are open while you walk through them with us by your side. Don't delay or procrastinate, as all of the ingredients are right for your success. Everything and everyone is on your side, supporting your positive outcome. That means not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. It means today. Get out there. Start planning. Speaking of planning, manifest. This is our time, fire signs' time to manifest and bring in good things. Again, don't procrastinate. It's a great card to start off with. I like to pull a total of 3 angel cards. Dear Marco, please give us guidance for Sagittarius. Give us guidance, please. Ooh, 2 came out. The next card out is, what do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to the your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if it was by magic. Again, come on, perfect timing, along with what are your desires. The universe is talking to you, saying, hey, guess what? I'm ready. Are you ready? So, and the third card that came out with what do you desire is the law of attraction. Come on, I can't even believe this. Look at this. I'm getting the chills already. I don't know if I can zoom in on my arm, but oh yeah, I didn't put any lotion on today too. Anyways, law of attraction. Come on, guys. What do you desire? Law of attraction. Perfect timing. What? Listen, do I even need to do a tarot reading? I think the message is clear. The universe is saying, hey, listen. And I told you before, it's our time. It's fire signs time. It could be any one of the other fire sign energies that you embody along with the Sagittarian. But law of attraction. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends. So invest wisely. Think about the energy that you put into the thoughts all day of all the things that are bothering you, that are concerning to you. If you put half as much time thinking about the things that you want to have, that you wish can will for yourself, versus the negative energy spent on those things, worrying about all those things that you really can't control anyways. It's time. The law of attraction, perfect timing. What do you desire? The message couldn't be any more clear, as far as I'm concerned, from the universe, that guess what? They're waiting for you to say, guess what? I'm ready. And then you'll be able to move ahead. Beautiful. Thank you, Marco, for that. And Marco's my spirit guide, which I'm in Aries, Sun. And a little quick story. I was actually meditating, learning to meditate, if you will, as I began my journey last year in the spiritual realm. And in that meditational state, somebody kept saying, Marco. I'm like, God, I don't know any Marcos. And I'm actually having this conversation with myself through this meditation point, right? And sure enough, I said, what the heck? The next morning I woke up and I kept having Marco on my mind. And I said, I don't know anything about Marco. Let me just Google this and see what this means. Well, it means Marco is another name, or what they used to call way back in the day, not our times, medieval, not before that, Mars, which is the ruler of my sign, my planet. So I am truly guided and gifted by my spiritual guides. Anyways, my crystal wand here. I've already shuffled these cards. I'm going to shuffle them again, just like I did the angel cards. I think the message is clear, though. If I didn't even bother doing tarot cards, and just so you know, I don't read energies, female, masculine. Again, you're just a Y chromosome, X chromosome away from being either a man or a woman. So we all of us embody both the qualities of men and female energies. And any man or woman that says they don't, just really not being honest with yourself. So learn to embrace your opposite sex, because guess what? They're a lot like you, regardless of whether you think so or not. So, and that's at the DNA level, right? You can't argue with that. And there's actually meditation, believe it or not, that allows you to cleanse your DNA and repair your DNA. And I'm thinking, oh, come on. But think about it. It's energy, right? Atoms, chromosomes, DNA structures. It's all energy based, right? What are we at the end of the day? Nothing more than energy. So heck, this all makes sense, right? It all makes sense that these readings are guided by energy, positive or negative, right? So every day I go in, and if I feel like I'm having a negative day, I'm not going to do a reading. I'll tell you why. Because listen, I don't. And I'll tell you about manifestation. So the other day, to prove it to myself, I said, look, come on. And I know I've had things come true almost, it seems like, in the nick of time sometimes, right? To save you, to pull you out of the grips of despair, right? Something swoops in, you don't know what it is, something swoops in, and next thing you know, you're making it. You survived it, and you're doing better off than you thought you were. So oddly enough, right, I said in like my paper here, but I write down all the things that I want to manifest, and I'm writing these things down. First thing on my list was I want a great job. I like the work I do, but I wanted a new version of that, right? So as a program project manager and technologies, delivering technology on a global scale, I still want to do that, but I want to do it for a different company. Hope they're not listening, right? Too bad. It's universally charged, right? It's going to happen. I manifested it, and guess what? 2 days ago, I said, listen, I'm going to meditate on this. This was during Mercury retrograde. I'm a meditate on this. And it was Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. And then Friday, 2 companies called me back to back that are on my top 10 list of companies I want to work for. Called me up. I'm like, oh. So next week, guess what? I'm going down, taking time off to go down there and talk to those folks. So trust me, when I say manifestation can be self-realization, you better believe it. You better believe it. You can't make this shit up, right? Listen, I'll tell you what, before September of last year, I was a staunch, a Christian. Prior to that, I was born and raised Catholic. So, right, all this card and everything else, it was against all the rules, right? That's evil spirits and all this other stuff. But guess what? If you stop thinking about religion and start thinking about the basis of energy, right? Religion is just a formal way of saying, hey, this is the way I want to show my appreciation to the universe. And I think that many different groups and cultures have their own way of saying thank you to the universe. And it doesn't have to be a god or anything else, right? It is what it is for you. So all I'm saying, the powers, the energies that allow you to manifest things into your life come from positive energy, right? You got to raise that positive energy, and you can do that by meditating. And I'm going to add some links that I use for meditation in this reading in the description bar that I think you're really going to find helpful. Anyways, let's get into this. I won't talk too much more. Spirit Guide Marco, please show us some cards that Sagittarius needs to hear for today. Needs to hear. What is Spirit Guides? What is the current energy situation for Sagittarius? Ooh. You see that card flew out of there, right? And if I have to sit here and shuffle these cards all day long, I'm going to do it. You know why? I don't believe in pulling out cards myself, right? Because I truly want these to be spiritual guided. This is the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is our current situation. What are the energies crossing that, positive or negative? I tried to move that, and it wanted to come out. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. So to me, this is probably more about money and anything else other than love. This is the general reading again. It will not resonate with every Sagittarian out there, but I like to think that if I can manifest 2 interviews the same day from 2 large organizations that are humongous off my top 10 list, without calling, I didn't call them. So, but anyways, 2 more cards popped up again. Come on. Past issues. 3 of Pentacles. So, and when people say these things, and here's the other thing, right? So, recent past, 8 of Rods. One of the other things I do that most people don't do is I don't start talking about the story till all the cards out, because as an Aries, who I feel I am, a very energy charged reader, right? Almost to the point that I would say psychic abilities, if you could say that to some degree. But 2 more cards just a bunch of cards just popped out. And I usually, if a bunch of cards pop up, I'll use them, and I pull them out the way that they come up. So, how you view your situation? 7 of Rods. 7 of Rods. For the near future, Queen of Pentacles. What is the current, and I'm going to pull these, I'm going to use these because this is exactly the number I use. What are your emotional concerns? The Death card. How do people view you? And again, I've not looked at these cards. We're looking at them together at the same time. You see the camera right here, right? That's why I like the camera. 2 cameras, right? One so I can look at you, and you can feel my energy, and I can feel yours going back to you. But the other one is, I want you to see these cards being shuffled, handled in my hand, so that it is a genuine read, right? I'm not going to pre-lay out a bunch of cards and figure out the story before I turn on my camera. I have to figure out what I'm going to tell you before it hits. If it isn't fluid, if it isn't happening right now, I don't want to be a tarot card reader. I don't want to be an empath. I don't want to be a person who channels energy. I just won't do it. How people view you as the Queen of Cups. What are your true hopes and desires? Oh, come on, people. The High Priestess. What is the outcome? We look at these together. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. So, just right off the bat, let me put my cards in my hair and put my crystals back on because I like them to cleanse my cards as I go through the reading. What I see here is in the situation, and I see this as money, decision making, but the Ace of Pentacles, and if you could see the colors in here, and I don't just read by the book and say, hey, guess what? The book says for me to tell you this, and this is what I'm going to say, because that never is going to happen. I feel the energy of the card, and I base on the feelings that I have and the prayers that I pray for the Sagittarians before I started this reading, and trying to connect to your energy, your strength out there, and your desires, and the things that you want to embody. But the Ace of Pentacles for me is you wanting a new beginning and a financial beginning, a situation where you feel financial freedom, spiritual freedom, but you want all those things to be renewed. You're tired of living the way that the past was, and you're looking for something new to shake things up, right? To kick that ass and give you a little bit of excitement, right? I mean, because Sagittarians, right? You guys are on fuego, on fire, right? And I see the Two of Pentacles, right? That in this new beginning, financial, emotional, and spiritual growth that's happening, that's going to be happening for you now during the next 2 weeks, there's going to be a decision that you're going to have to make, right? It may be, wow, am I going to be strong enough, bold enough to go out there and sell myself to a company? Am I going to start manifesting things for myself for the first time? Am I going to create the energy that I need and stop living in the negative and the day-to-day grind and start thinking elevation, elevation, elevation? And when I talk elevation, people, I'm talking get out of the 3D, get your head out of this world that we live in here, because manifestation doesn't happen here. It really doesn't. You actually have to meditate, take yourself out of this plane and put yourself in the metaphysical plane where dreams, and I don't mean dreaming like, just like a dog dreams, he's chasing rabbits all day long. I mean dreams of big things for you, good things for you in your life. That's how you manifest. Daydreaming. You don't even have to be asleep. You can sit there and close your eyes and say to yourself, I want this, I want this, I want this universe. I think, I feel, I know I deserve these things. Please help me to get there. And the current issues, Three of Pentacles, right? You're on the verge, right? You're creating. You're past the Two of Pentacles. You made a choice. Now you began that journey, that new project, that new sensational thing to head towards that financial freedom, right? And financial freedom doesn't only spell financial freedom, right? It could be freedom for your family, doing more things together. That could be the ability to provide financial stability that allows you to have more creativity in your life, right? Financial freedom, right? If you have more money, then maybe you can do other things that you really wanted to do in your life. Maybe you wanted to travel. Maybe you wanted to start doing woodworking. Maybe you wanted to pick up guitar or start singing. But this is the person, if I look at this guy's face, right? It could be guy or girl. Again, I don't talk in men or women, only because it's on the card, right? If it was a woman, I would have said woman. But he's really working diligently at trying to do the best work that he can, right? And he's proud of that. So it's not saying that you're not proud of the things that you're doing right now, by all means you are. But I think this new beginning, this new start, and the decisions you're going to make, this doesn't have to be an issue, right? Because it says that this layout says that this is past issues. No, this could be dreams, wants, desires, right? You desire to be the best you could be, whatever you do, and bring financial abundance to your family, right? You have dreams. You think about being recognized for your work and the quality of work you're doing, and you're careful. You feel that you're doing the best that you can do at your job. Everybody else should feel the same way and give you the same type of kudos. Recent past, 8 of Rods, right? 8 of Rods. This card is twofold for me. It means a couple things, right? In the book, it's fast moving. Could be communication, could be a lot of things. For me, when I see this right here, I view this card and I see the yellow skies and I see all these things that we're talking about here, right? We're talking about new beginnings, we're talking about decisions, we're talking about creative endeavors. I see this card as saying, guess what? Don't hesitate. Remember our angel card that says perfect timing? What do you desire? Law of attraction. Did you see how all these cards all are sending the exact same message? I can't create this stuff, right? And randomly let these cards fly out. But this is saying, listen, don't wait. Move fast to these things that you want, these things that you desire. Move to them and they'll come to you. How you see the situation? It's a struggle, right? It's a friggin' struggle. It is for me too, right? Every day is a struggle somewhere or another, but you got to get out of that, right? And I've been working hard to make sure that I stay out of that. And my table's a little far away, so I lean like this, right? Because the camera doing anything else, but I'm new to the camera, so and I don't think I look well on the camera, so anyways, but I'm breaking through that barrier. That's one of the things that I've manifested, the ability to speak out and be seen. In Aries, as an Aries, you typically think that we all embody that, right? But that's not true. Some of us get embarrassed and things, but anyways. But you see this guy struggling. You see the look on his face. It looks like he's smiling while he's fighting off the other 6 wands. Because you know what? He's winning. He's winning. No matter all those other things that everybody else is saying, all those other things that create struggles in your day, you can overcome this, just like he is. You can overcome this by doing all these things, by acting fast and promptly with the eight of Rods, by making the right decisions with the 2 of Pentacles, or to move independently, to not concern yourself with the other people out there and what they're saying and what they're doing and saying you can and cannot do. I don't care if it's your husband, brother, mother, sister, cousin, uncle, your boss. I don't care. Get rid of the struggle, and you'll put all this in your lap, in your plate. What do you have coming up in the near future? Queen of Pentacles. See, listen, look, guys, come on, manifest it. Go home tonight. I'm in Arizona, and it's 2:18. But when you go to bed tonight, if you don't like the link I send for the meditation, and I do, it's a meditation on manifestation, go into YouTube, search that, find one you do like, and guess what you're going to end up with? The Queen of Pentacles. You can see that she's content, she's happy, she's got her pentacle in her hand, she's smiling, she has her roses, her royal leaf. There's nothing here that would indicate anything other than a person, male or female, who's in complete control, and has achieved all those things that make all the sense that all these cards here have been telling me to tell you, and spiritually guided. Again, I removed myself. I didn't pull a single card. The cards wanted to tell you this message. What your fears are, your emotional fears, is the death. Well, you go, oh my God, the death card. Yeah, you should be scared. You should be scared. This means, guess what? That all this crap that we talked about here with these people, the struggle, the negative energy is ending. so that you can have your new beginning. You end this, you end those relationships, you end those things, and if not ending them, and I don't mean go out there and tell everybody, oh, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Your history, you irritated me last week. I wanted to go out for a Mai Tai and you took me out for a beer. Now I'm angry. I don't mean that kind of stuff, right? I mean, cut those things out. And if someone said something to you or someone done something to you, you don't have to be nasty about it. But what you got to do is start speaking up for yourself in a way that's loving and caring, right? Because what you put out, you get out, right? So if I'm giving out bad energies and vibes, I'm going to get out of that person that I'm talking to nothing but the same thing back. Negative, bad vibes. What I want to put out, and I'm hoping that what you're deciding to put out through this death is a new realization of life where love and manifestation take place. That's what I hope for you. I think that's what the universe is hoping for you as well, right? Because we can all get snappy. Someone said, I said, what? Anyways, how people view you, Queen of Cups. This again, forget about the queen, male, female energy, Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. What this is telling me is, she's looking into her cup. She's a person who's sitting by the ocean, and there's white fluffy clouds and a blue sky and a big shell and a crown over her head, and she's looking at her cup because she's dreaming of all those things that she has brought into her own life by meditating, by persuading herself first to believe in self-love, self-preservation. It doesn't mean that you have to dislike everybody else because you love yourself. It doesn't mean you have to be an asshole either while loving yourself. Her level of contentment on her face just puts me at ease just looking at this card, right? I mean, it just puts me at ease. And what it's saying to me is that everybody feels that you have this in you. You have this ability in you. Perfect timing. Everybody's standing by your side. Everyone's supporting you. The universe is supporting you. Again, just because people say these cards and these locations have to mean a certain thing, you have to read past that and feel the energy. But people see you as this person, see that you're a capable person, that you can bring this to happen. What you really want to be is you want to be the High Priestess. Who doesn't? I want to be the High Priestess. I want to wear a cape like hers. Well, I'm kind of a big guy, but I'll still wear the cape. Right? What are you gonna call me? Fruit Loop? Anyway, I like that. But you look at this right here. She has the big sphere over her forehead here. The sphere here, and the half moons facing away from that. In addition to that, you can see here that on her neck even, right? It almost looks like those are hearts on her neck. That's the embodiment of love, of being all you can be, right? Being a person who provides guidance, love, and inspiration. And remember what I talked about, loving yourself doesn't mean not loving other people. Loving yourself and giving feedback to people who say things that hurt you, giving feedback in a loving manner, even though they're being rude to you, they're being angry or upset at you, your response controls and dictates the next step. Someone walked up to me and said, hey, guess what, Larry, you're an asshole and I don't like what you're doing and this and that. And I would say, well, what about what I'm doing disturbs you to the point that you feel that you have to come up and talk to me in this manner? I don't feel the same things about you. And if I did, I would probably start off the conversation a little differently, saying that, hey, maybe we should talk about a few things, right? I don't necessarily agree with what you're doing or what you're saying, but I don't think that you cannot, with this card, the High Priestess, you cannot be that regal person, right? You have to embody this strength, this power, this love for universal people, regardless of whether people hate you, like you, talk about you behind your back. Don't empower them with more negative energy, because they'll just keep feeding off of that like a catfish does in a pond, right? The scum off the bottom of the lake. Catfish eat that stuff all day long, and I don't know why people eat catfish, but I've had it myself actually. It's pretty good with hush puppies and, and a cold beer. But anyways, the moral of the story is, listen, this card says you want to be that great person. You want to be that person that just is able to take all this energy, negative, bad, and positive, and turn it into something beautiful for yourself, your family, your loved ones. But you want to give universal understanding to everyone. That's what you're striving for. The outcome of that is the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. You want to offer. It may not be the biggest offering in the world, but you want to offer people. The outcome here is, I feel, and look at this, look at the eyes here. Look at the eyes and the face where it looks, this is one pentacle, but this face tells tenfold about the desire, the passion that we've seen here in these cards, that we see here that you need and wanting to desire to change about yourself and your life and those around you. You want to be able to offer people love, guidance, compassion. It doesn't matter how big or how small your offering is to people. It will never matter. But something is better than nothing, right? Positive, a piece of positive this big will negate a negative this big. And I promise you that. And I don't make promises unless I can absolutely keep them. And this one I can. For every negative, if you give this much positive, it will negate that negative. Karmically, especially for you, right? Because not only are you diffusing a situation that isn't necessary, you're removing the grief and the negativity that they're trying to force into your life. That little block, ding, 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 right? You shoot the negativity. I mean, I'm over here with my little bouncing those rays back at you, right? Because I don't have to behave like you. Sagittarius, I see nothing but good things. Get up, get out. Manifest. Stand strong, and we'll stand together. Sagittarians, thank you very much for being in here today. We'll see you next week.